Hello everyone. I hope all you beautiful people out there are doing well. This is Kanishka, the editor of Professional Beauty, and we are committed to bring you the best of talent from across the Indian salon industry. Starting this week, we are coming up with the young guns of hairdressing, and to begin with that, we have with us the rising star of India's hairdressing industry, Atharva Takke. Hi, Atharva.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good too. Thank you. It is lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Now, before I hand over this session to you, I would like to give our audience a brief introduction about you. So just hang in there. Ladies and gentlemen, Atharva Takke, our guest for today, is an internationally trained hair artist who has been working in the hair industry for the past 8 years. He has got his professional training from Uday Takke's Hair and Skin Institution and the L'Oreal Academy. He has had the fortune to work with some of the very well-known names of the hairdressing fraternity, such as Joachim Rousse. Atharva is also a trainer to the India Skills participants, and he's currently managing the Takke's Hair and Beauty Studio. Wow, Atharva, that's some achievement in a span of 8 years, and we are very eager to know what you have to show us today. So can you tell me what you're going to show us today?
Okay, so what we're going to do is basically I opted for the male haircut. The basic reason about that is we are doing quite a few lives recently in this lockdown time. So my mom, my sister, everyone's haircut is done. It's only my uncle who's left to do a live or something. So yeah, so I've chosen him and I'm going to do a, and basically I also chose him because usually when we do a show or a stage show or something like that, we usually have models who have, you know, those sharp hairlines, great features, but then we can't exactly replicate those styles when we do our work in salon, because we usually have our clients when we like, you know, they have receding lines or maybe white hair patches or something like that. So let's just see something which is very common, but yet how we can make a difference with it. So mostly kind of a corporate kind of a look.
That's absolutely wonderful. So this will actually give hairdressers an idea on how to work on regular clients. So you're not working with a professional model here. And lovely. Yeah. So we are looking forward to the styling, and we're looking forward to the tips that you would hand over to us. I would be taking questions from the audience as they post it on our Facebook page. So you might hear me in between, but I'll leave the screen to you. Okay?
Perfect. Perfect. So I'll just set up the cut and then we start. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you, Atharva.
My pleasure.
All right. So Atharva is going to be with us in another couple of minutes as he sets up his model and his workstation. So stay tuned with us. And if you have questions for him about his haircut, about hairdressing, about getting started in the hair industry, please drop them in the comment section on our Facebook page where you're watching this live, and we'll get him to answer all your questions. So I'll be taking up questions even during the session. So if you have any queries, please let us know. I would also like to tell you that the Young Guns of Hairdressing Week is going to go on this entire week. So stay tuned with us. We have some amazing artists coming in and talking to us, demonstrating their skills. So this is something you simply cannot miss, especially if you're looking forward to making a career in hairdressing. You can learn from these people on how they got started, what kind of training they underwent, what kind of inspiration they had, and how they made it so far. So please stay tuned with us. All right, here we are. That's Atharva's model. Okay, Atharva, I'll leave it to you, and I'm signing off from the video.
Perfect. So good morning, guys, and this is my lovely uncle here. And what we're going to do today is, as I said, as I mentioned before, that you know, you usually do a stage show or something like that, and then we have professional models and everyone who have, you know, the sharp hairlines and no grays and nothing. But then here I have a very realistic model, because when we go in a salon, when we work in our salon, we usually see models who have receding lines or maybe, you know, gray patches in their hair or something like that. So now we're going to see what we can do with these kind of models who have, you know, receding patches, something like that, who also want to keep it trendy, yet they want it to be corporate, and then they have this thing that, you know, the gray show up in like 15 years or something like that. So let's see what we can do. firstly, I'll be parting the hair. And when your client has a receding line, as my client has a very strong receding line, there are two options that you can do, or you can always ask your clients that, firstly, the very first option is either they can flaunt it, not very proudly, of course. But then the more you are comfortable with the receding line, the less it's seen. Because maximum of the time, what happens is we usually try to hide our receding lines. I mean, mostly the male clients, they try to hide the receding lines because which is seen more, or we notice it even more often when they try to hide it. Rather just flaunt it, let it be, and no one actually pays attention towards the receding lines. So I'm just going to part this section apart. There we go. There we go. Last section at the back. So I've just taken a horseshoe. Okay. So now after this, what I'm going to do is, yeah. After this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my clipper. Take an attachment of number 4. Yeah. And whenever we use a clipper, we have to, just do one thing, that our hand shouldn't be completely straight. As in, once we put a clipper on the head, it should always go straight out of the head. Yes, as in if the clipper is inside, it should just go straight and out of the head. Or rather than that, we can just always do in a C movement, right? So, we're going a little shorter on the sides. We've not done a haircut in this whole quarantine period. We have quite a long length to work with. Second, if your client also has a receding line, you have to make sure that you just don't go too short on the sides. Otherwise, what happens is, if you go too short on the sides, this portion looks a little empty, and even this portion looks a little empty. So the face looks in an expanse. Rather than that, you should have a little bit of hair. I'm not saying that keep a lot of hair, because even if you have a lot of hair, again your empty patch would be highlighted. So rather keep some hair on the sides as well as, so it gets balanced out. So this is a 4 number clipper I'm using. So I'm going to keep a little bit of the weight on his recession. So usually whenever we have a stage show or something like that, I usually do a female model or a female color or something like that. But then this time, because I was completely out of everyone, I was actually confused on what am I going to do. But then here's my uncle, my savior. So, so I'm just continuing the same thing throughout, just taking the clipper straight out of the head. If I go according to the head shape, you can completely, go around. And usually try to do a square shape when you're doing the mirror. So on a male face, or you can say on the head, the most straighter the cutting, if you can see in my hair chart, you can see the sides are completely smooth. The top is around, the front is around, but then you can see the sides are completely straight. So it gives another edge to the whole look. Yeah. But great, honestly saying, in this whole lockdown period, today might be the third day or second day that I have honestly woken up so early. Otherwise, my usual time in this lockdown is around 12-ish or so. And then we started our academy classes and everything. But then after very long, I've woken up at 9 or so. Yes. So what we have done right now is I have taken out the maximum length that I want to get out of this hair. Right? Now if you can see, I have done the same thing on both the sides, but this side is a little bit more fluffier as compared to the right side. Yes, the reason is everyone's hair growth pattern is very different. So because of that, there's a possibility of a little bit of bounce on the left or a little bit of bounce on the right. But then nothing to worry, we can always manage that. And it is always to be managed because you can't keep half of the hair long on some side. You can always manage with the lens. You can keep it longer and shorter. You can manage it, but you can't keep like a really long hair on other sides and bounce. It's actually possible when you do a female haircut, but not really possible when you do a male haircut, especially when it's a corporate kind of hair. Now I'm taking the attachment number two. And after using the attachment two, I will think about either going too short, like more shorter, or I'll stick to the number two. So this is number two card. Yeah. So now after I use the number two card, I have realized that if you see, he has good amount of grace, right? Now going more shorter, what will happen? This is a sufficient amount of length that he can actually keep, and after he colors his hair also, he won't be having a problem for around 15 days or 20 days or so, right? But after that, he might start seeing a good amount of grace. But if I go more shorter, within a week's time or something, he starts seeing good. So even if your client wants a little bit shorter hair on the side or something, you can go with an attachment of 1.5 or maybe 2. But if you go more shorter than that, then you have to always inform your client that you might have to come to the salon for a color in around 10 days or 15, 12 days or something like that. So I'm just continuing the whole thing at the back. Am I properly audible and everything's good, Kanishka? I guess I'm good to audible. Okay. What I've done is I'm taking the end of his eyebrow, like a little bit above the end of his eyebrow. Yes, I've taken a little bit of the end of his eyebrow to do the number two. Like I just can't keep going on to the top. So yeah, just one moment. Am I properly audible? Great. So now I'm done with number two as well. So what I'm going to do is, because I have used a number three before, number four before, and a number two right now, I'm going to use a number three, and I'm just going to merge both the lines. Yes. If you can see, this is my number four over here. This is my number two over here. There's a little bit of a dark patch in between. Right. So we have to just merge this line. So after this, what I'm going to do is, now I have a nice clean mirror. I don't have a mirror right now, so just let me check. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my texturizing scissor. Yeah. So the one wonderful scissor to just merge the hair, and I'm going to start merging the extra bits or the top that we have. So when you use a texturizing scissor, you have to be very careful because sometimes you feel that not 100% of the hair is getting cut out, but then you should know where you are exactly going to cut. Otherwise, the hair can go into blend. So what I'm doing here, I'm just cutting off the edges of the hair so that this whole portion merges in and then these sides will even. So the same I'm merging the back. So do we have any questions? As we move at this time. I'm sure you will answer. Yeah, just blending in. So I'm not going to do too much on the sides because, as I said before, you know, if I do too much of the fade or the too much of the skin is shown, firstly, there'll be a loss because we already have a sitting line over here, and secondly, for my client also, who already has periods on the sides. So yeah, so I'm just blending everything that I've done. After blending, I'll be moving towards the top. Let me just check once. Yeah. Then I'm going towards the top. Now, cutting the top section, usually again, it's the same thing. Now, here, the scenario is I have less amount of hair on the top, as you can see, because of, you can see, male balding patterns, or, usually male clients have less amount of hair on the top. So, yeah. So, what I'm going to do here is now, length is somewhere in the middle of his nose, and he works for a corporate company, so which means that you cannot tolerate any hair coming on your eyes continuously. Yeah, usually the same thing in some of the corporate. So yeah, so basically he has a little bit of a longer length, and you can keep somewhere till here. If you want, you can go shorter, but then because we're doing something different, not really different, but then something for the audience, so I want to keep it a little longer so that I can take a little bit of it. So what I'm going to do, firstly, I'm going to merge his top hair with the section at the back. Like we have cut the hair with the number 4 at the back, so I'm going to merge that. Is going to make my guide. Yeah, so I think we cannot see what's going on at the back. So what I'm going to do is straight, straight in this section. This is the one that I've cut before, and this is my current hair. So we've just made it into one length. Now, coming towards the top, I'm going to keep the hair at the back a little shorter. not very short, but a little short, because if I keep it too long, again what happens is that they usually go flat, because having less density and having less amount of hair basically makes the hair look more flatter when you style them. And if they are long, they usually tend to fall flat. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to just make them a little shorter. Just keeping it very simple. So it automatically merges in your. Yeah. So now because of this short length, you can. I've not texturized, I've not done anything, but as you can see, you've got a little bit of a bounce. Whereas here, as you can see, the hair is falling flat. But in here, you can automatically get the bounce, right? So the hair looks more fuller because of the bounce. And we'll take again one horizontal section, very simple sections, nothing too complicated. Then I'm going to go right from that section, my next section. Yes. Then coming towards the front section now. When I want to cut the front section, because my client has the ceiling length, I go too short, both these sides will be very visible. Right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep the front a little long. So when he moves the hair towards the sides or towards any of the side, right, you can actually hide one of his receding parting so that the receding lines are not seen too much. So I'm going to keep it a little long. So to keep it longer, there are two things that you can do. One is you can take a vertical section, yes, and you can point your, you can go shorter to longer, you can keep it shorter at the back and longer in the front. Or else there's one more thing that you can do is you can do one section or maybe two sections over there. So you can take this section, you can bring it at the section before. So you've cut the section, the first section that you've cut before this, you can take the section, go to that section, you can just chop it. So the hair, the length automatically stays longer as compared to the other. Then last section. So now the last section, it's a very smaller section in the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it in the same place that it is, because again we don't need hair that is coming on his eyes or on his face or something like that. Now after cutting this, I'm just going to check if the hair is still on his eyes or something like that, and then chop them accordingly. Yeah. So yes, we still have a little bit amount of hair on his eyes. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to again section my hair. Yeah. And I'm just going to chop this. With the help of this guide, I'm just going to merge the rest of the hair, otherwise there might be some longer lens coming out of the top. Just merging the middle portion. I've done the whole haircut horizontally when I'm standing at the back. All I'm going to do is I'm just going on one side of the hair and I'm just going to check the hair vertically. So basically, what I'm going to do from your left or the right side. So that if there are any shorter or longer ends, you can see and you can just, you know, so nothing much, hardly a few minutes. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do, usually people don't prefer to do use the texturizing scissor or texturize the hair when it's fine and you have the skin like this. But then I would rather not agree with that. We can definitely use the texturizing scissor because even this fine kind of hair also needs a good amount of texturizing so that they look fuller. So, so what I'm going to do, the only one thing we have to take care of when we usually use the texturizing scissor is when you texturize. So if you're doing a twist cutting with the texturizing technique, then never go deeply towards the root area. Just do it in the center, right? So if you do it from the roots, what happens is you take out a certain amount of length from the root. So if the hair is thinner, it is more, the scalp is more visible to you, right? So do it from the middle length. So as you can see, as I'm coming towards the front, you will be able to see it more properly. Again, if the hair is thin, if the hair is thin, if there's not much of density, do not wet the hair and then do the texturizing. Otherwise, what will happen is there's a chunk of hair that is removed, and later after you dry the hair, you'll realize that something's wrong. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to part his hair towards the right. So I'm not doing too much of texturizing towards this side so that I get a little bit of heaviness. Yeah, as you can see, there's a little bit of bounce here. Now, I'm not doing too much in the front because I need the front to be a little heavier. Yeah, but what I'm going to do here is just going to take off a little bit of the length in the middle so that my hair supports and stands. What you can see. Great. So after this, I'm just going to merge my top. So not on the left side because I'm going to part my hair from this side, but I'm going to merge my top section with my sides on the right so that whenever he parts, it doesn't actually have to do much. It just automatically blends in. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pick up random sections on the side and with the help of my texturizing scissor, I'm just going to blend them. Now there are some extra bits over here. I'm going to cut them off because this. Sometimes it's okay to do freehand cutting because sometimes there's some amount of hair with the male clients which is not really manageable, or they just tend to turn however and wherever they want. So in salon we can blow dry them or something like that, but I usually cut them off so that it's easier for client to manage it at home. Yeah. So let me just see it from the front. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to wet the hair a little bit. Oh, so I've got to know that Asha ma'am, Sangeeta ma'am, Shireen ma'am, Bharati Didi, Arpita ji, you all are watching this live, and I'm very happy and I'm very proud also at the same time because all these big names of the industry are watching. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just preparing my blow dryer and I'm just going to dry them off. I'm so sorry I did not take my blow dryer out. I just forgot to put the dryer. So yeah, there's some big names. Actually, after knowing these names are watching me, I'm a little kind of conscious right now, but not really conscious. Yes, and also we have Nayana ma'am watching us. I've been working. I've worked with, spent almost a month together in Sri Lanka. So thank you so much, ma'am. So what I will do, I'm just going to shift my client a little bit. Sorry, I hope my wire reaches. So आप थोड़ा सा लेफ्ट में शिफ्ट हो सकते हैं? Thank you, sir. Yeah. You can do subscribe. Thanks to the home chairs that are helping us to move our clients because it's not easy in the salon because the chairs are heavy. Please. Yes. So there we go. I'm just going to clean my sides. Yes, there is extra bits on the side. Whichever clients like to keep it clean, we can keep them clean. Otherwise, we can just stop them a little and keep them very natural if they want. But if it's about the corporate kind of thing, then they usually like to keep clean for years. Actually, today was the first time my uncle told me to do whatever you want with my hair. You can go short, you can do this and that. But then, like usually, I ask him to do some creative or something out of the box kind of things. But then it's always like I have to go to office and I have to do this and that. And today, like 15 days I'm at home only. No one's going to see me, so you can do whatever you want. Experiment or something like that. But then I actually chose not to because this is something that very less amount of stage shows, something showing that when you have planned the receiving lines or something like that, what to do. So rather I chose to show the lines. It's a little bit of heaviness. Oh, by the way, I love scissor over comb. But then the only reason I did not do a scissor over comb right now was because of the time permissions that we have almost around an hour to finish our cut. So can actually do scissor over comb within an hour, but when I'm talking, when I'm teaching or something like that, I usually don't. I usually tend to forget the speed or the time frame at that specific moment. So I'm just going to exercise the hair a little bit. Yeah, not much. No, always whenever you see the hair, your haircut after like 5 minutes or something like that, you always feel that there is something like a little bit or something like that we need to do. How to do it. Oh, so almost done. What I'm going to do, I'm going to apply a little bit of the booster, yeah, and this booster just hydrates the hair. I'm not putting too much of a styling product or something like that because it completely depends, completely your choice to put a styling product on it. But then I know that I can style his hair just with a booster. So I'm just using a booster. This booster is our own company only. So yeah. So this is one of the options. Like if your client is really really comfortable with showcasing his receding lines, you do this one thing to him. But actually, if even I see from a camera point of view or from the point of view that you guys are seeing, I don't actually notice the receding lines much over here. But then it completely depends on your client's confidence of carrying it, right? So what you can do is either this thing, or you can always keep the hair a little bit into the messed up criteria so that you know trying to hide the receding line. So same with the corporate look. What I have done is the hair which I had actually put it in, which I had actually put at the back with the proper parting, I have just pulled them a little bit towards the front, because of which your corporate kind of parting also doesn't go haywire. At the same time, you hide your receding lines and part your hair at the same time. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to clean the hairline and everything a little bit. Just getting a name that people are watching, because actually I'm using my front camera, so I hardly know who's watching the live and everything. Yes, then we have Dina ji, we have Unnati ji also watching. Thank you all. Thank you so much. It feels good when people who you actually look up to, like the Rasha and the Shireen and the other names that I took before, when they're actually watching your lives and everything, it's a big thing for me at least. So yeah. So yeah, clear from the sides. So basically, the most important thing is sometimes you actually need a mirror when you're doing a haircut, because you hardly know what's going on throughout. So I'll just ask my camera person that if it's looking nice, and if you guys feel that it's actually looking nice and how it was looking before, then please mention it so that after this live, I'll get to know that yeah, it was looking good or something like that. So I'm just going to spray the hair a little bit so that it stays. I'm not putting too much of spray.
Hey, Atharva.
Hello. Finally, you've come.
So let me, yes, let me give you a feedback. It is looking awesome. And the audience is loving it too. They especially liked the techniques that you showed them. So they are really impressed with the look.
Thank you so much for letting me know this, because the whole time I was just in this world that what is happening? Are they liking it or are they not liking it or something like that?
No,
But then, yeah,
they have. They loved it. So don't worry about that. Atharva, can you tell us quickly if this look can be taken from a day look to a night look?
So basically, this is the day kind of look if you're at your office, and what you can do is you can just water them a little bit after you're done with your office hours. Usually, male clients do have hair products with them. After your office hours are done, just scrunch them a little, and then he's ready for his Friday or Saturday night after office or office parties or something like that. So you can actually wear this. What I had done before, you can actually wear it in the daytime or even in the nighttime, like for your parties or evening parties, anything like that. But then if you actually want a little bit of touch of scrunch or something like that, you can always scrunch them because of the texturizing that I did before. For the volume thing, you can always play around with the hair. So yeah.
Right. This is looking awesome. I have one more question for you. Can this haircut be done on any kind of hair texture, wavy, curly, or do you only need
So
to do it
basically,
with?
this can be done on wavy hair, on straight hair, on slightly more wavier hair, but not really on curly hair because
Okay.
if you do this on a curly hair, then the hair will just fluff up or something like that. So on curly hair,
Right.
there's a bit of a different pattern where you have to keep a few bits longer, a few bits shorter, so that it comforts the other curls and then smoothen out towards the parting or anything that you want to put in the plan.
All right. Thank you so much, Atharva. This was a wonderful session.
My
You
pleasure.
gave
My
out
pleasure.
some wonderful advice, tips, and your technique was bang on. So thank you for joining us, and thank you to your uncle, your model also,
Thank you.
for joining in.
Yes, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Bye bye. See you.